Here's the situation. You need to speak English at work. Here's the problem. You don't like to speak English at work. Here's what we're gonna do. Follow this 3-point checklist of actions that you can take to stop worrying, actually speak English at work, and feel good about it. Plan for the worst might sound a bit dramatic, but it's practical. Think of the worst case scenario that can happen when you speak English at work and prepare for that moment. Really, this is going to reduce your anxiety a lot. Let's take a really common fear that people have when they speak English at work. Miscommunication. If you're worried about that, have a ready-to-use list of phrases in case it happens. For example, in case you don't understand somebody, have this phrase ready to go. Could you give me a clearer understanding of that, please? In case somebody doesn't understand you, use the phrase, let me start again. And now you say your point again in other words. You can even keep all your phrases written down at your desk, ready to go in case you need them. Of course, the actual phrases that you'll need will depend on your particular job and your particular fears. For example, if you do virtual meetings, you might be interested in my other video, Virtual Meetings in English, for some good phrases to help you out in that situation. The main point is plan for potential problems now, and you'll feel prepared and ready to take on the challenges when you speak English at work. Of course, when you speak English at work, you want to use your best English speaking skills ever. However, sometimes less is more. By keeping things simple when you speak English at work, simple in terms of language, you're gonna make things a lot less stressful for you. And you're probably going to communicate your message more effectively when you focus on being clear and straightforward. So let's be practical. Use simple sentence constructions, take your time when you speak, and don't feel like you have to use all your mega sophisticated English phrasal verbs and idioms that you know. Remember, the point is to have clear communication when you speak English at work, not to show off all the vocabulary and grammar that you know. By the way, if this is useful advice for you, please like this video and why not subscribe to this channel for more practical tips to help you speak English at work. Thank you. Here's a great action that you can take to create a positive attitude when you speak English at work. Set little goals for yourself and reward yourself when you achieve them. Start small. The goal can be, I'm going to speak English once in my meeting today. And then afterwards, reward yourself for doing it. My personal recommendations are chocolate, buying something nice for yourself, maybe a little glass of wine at the end of the day. But that's totally up to you. You can choose the reward for yourself. Then gradually increase your goals, like speaking twice in a meeting or asking a question in English to your big scary boss. By doing this, you'll quickly notice the difference when you see how much you've expanded your zone of comfort and your abilities in English. So if you feel worried about when you have to speak English at work, remember these 3 action points I've recommended, and why not consider this 4th bonus action to feel really good when you speak English at work? Building your English skills. When you have strong English skills, doing your job in English becomes a lot more enjoyable. How can you do that? Start by doing what you're doing now, watching YouTube channels about language, following lots of profiles like mine on other social media platforms, by exposing yourself to English as much as possible, watching TV, reading in English. I always recommend BBC articles for excellent ways to practice English. And if you're really motivated to transform that feeling of insecurity into feeling prepared to speak English at work, Well, that's where people like me come in. I help people to speak English at work confidently and skillfully. So if you are interested in signing up to a session with me, check out my website, talktips.tv. Now you have a checklist of actions to take to speak English at work and feel really good about it. I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Let me know in the comments and take care.